circumstances of your life greater than the situation you find yourself in right now, and greater than you've ever been allowed to believe. What I'm about to reveal to you is unlike anything you've ever heard before. I'm Alana, and I've been studying the law of attraction and manifestation for over 10 years, and I've made a startling discovery. A discovery that changed the course of my life forever. In fact, it was so profound, it inspired me to become a law of attraction coach and manifestation mentor so I could help other people transform their lives as well. And now I want to help you too. You see, regardless of your childhood circumstances or even your current circumstances, you were born to live in abundance. You were born to experience unlimited wealth, health, love, success, and happiness. In fact, it's already yours. You're going to want to stay with me till the end of this video because I'm going to share with you the key to the mysteries of manifestation. It's the key to unlock the law of attraction and manifest everything you want quickly, easily, and permanently. This key is so powerful that it has worked for every single person I've shared it with, and I know it will work for you too. What you're about to learn is not some fantasy or new age nonsense. It's based on foundational scientific principles, and in just a moment I will show you proof of why it works so well. But first, let me ask you a question. How would it feel to leave struggle, frustration, and disappointment behind you and finally manifest the life you've always known could be yours? To live a life filled with love, joy, happiness, peace, and abundance. Imagine waking up every morning in the home of your dreams, traveling everywhere you've ever wanted to go, finding love and romance with your perfect partner, having the success you've always craved, being able to provide for your loved ones, and knowing you have the health and vitality to enjoy every single second of it. You can have it all. No matter where you've come from or where you find yourself right now, the power to manifest everything you want is already yours. All you need is the secret key that will fit the lock and open the door to everything you want. When I discovered the key to the mysteries of manifestation, I could barely contain myself. I could hardly believe how quickly everything began to change. Suddenly, things that had felt so difficult for so long became effortless. My life did a 360-degree turnaround, and everything I ever wanted started to appear as if by magic. As I opened one door, others would open too. The key fit every lock, and I started manifesting like crazy. People, money, opportunities, better relationships, solutions to problems that I've been struggling with for years, it all just fell into place. My whole world shifted on its axis, and it was as if I tapped into the pulse of the universe. Everything just happened automatically, exactly as I've always believed it could. And that's why I'm so excited you're here. It might sound too good to be true right now, but you've been drawn to this moment like a magnet because you're ready to receive everything your heart desires, because you're ready to tap into the pulse of the universe and tune up to all the abundance that's rightfully yours, because there's a spark within you that's ready to ignite your true manifesting powers and transform your life forever. This is your moment, the one you'll look back on in years to come and say, that was the moment everything began to change. How do I know? Because I receive messages from people every day telling me about how much their lives have changed since using the key I'm about to offer you. They tell me about the relationships they've repaired, the soulmate they've met, the new job offer they've received, the unexpected money that's shown up, the extra energy they have, and about the amazing lightness and happiness they feel. Their lives are transforming in exactly the same way mine did just a few short years ago, effortlessly and automatically. Hi, I'm Alana Hunt, and as I reveal the truth behind the mysteries of manifestation, you will finally see what you've been missing all this time. For me, this truth revealed itself in stages as mentor after mentor showed up in my life. Each of them held part of the knowledge I needed to open the door to everything my heart desired. And it all started with a question that brought all the answers rushing to me in a way that created powerful connections that literally turned my world upside down. But I'm getting ahead of myself. let me take you on a quick journey through time, back to where it all began, so we can fast forward to your transformational moment, the one you're going to remember forever. My beginnings were very humble. In fact, we were so poor we were reliant on government assistance for our survival. We couldn't afford a car, our furniture was second-hand, and our clothes were homemade. With only one parent to carry the load and almost no extended family support, anxiety and worry about money was constant and emotions ran high. When I was 3 years old, we joined a church that demanded complete obedience to a set of rules that were suffocating. Every moment was scrutinized, and although we attended events as we were required to, our single-parent family never really fit. We were seen as a charity case rather than a real part of the group. Social situations were filled with anxiety, and I became awkward, finding it impossible to make friends. I didn't fit at church, and I didn't fit at school either. Nobody wanted to play with the strange girl with the weird clothes and lopsided haircut. I left this isolated and volatile environment as soon as I could, but the consequences of that decision were far-reaching. At just 17, I found myself alone, shunned by my family and the only other people I knew in the world, trying to build a life for myself. It was terrifying. Fortunately, even with my limited education, I found a low-paying job and a room to rent, and I met a boy. You know the script. Girl meets boy, girl likes boy, girl gets pregnant. We married and had our first child when we were both still teenagers. He worked a full-time job while I stayed home to care for our baby. During the first couple of years of our marriage, we lived in a cold, damp, ground-floor apartment with no heating, desperately trying to put food on the table and keep our baby warm. But my husband was raised in a very different family from mine. In fact, when I met him, he was already at university studying for his degree, which he completed a few years later. Soon, he was offered amazing work opportunities that brought him fabulous money. We went from living on the breadline to life in the fast lane. A beautiful home, new cars, overseas holidays, private schools for our kids, everything that was in complete contrast to my childhood. However, many years later, when our marriage crumbled, everything began to fall apart for me. My business collapsed, and the money I once had soon evaporated. I found myself alone, homeless, and on the verge of bankruptcy. As I loaded my 2 boxes and single suitcase of belongings into my car and drove 1,000 miles away from where I'd been living to start all over again, I felt just as terrified as I had at 17. I felt as if my life was on repeat. You know, it's one thing to live as a child with the consequences of someone else's choices. It's quite another to live as an adult with the painful consequences of your own. I had nowhere to hide. In the darkest times when anxiety and depression were my most faithful companions, I remembered a movie about the law of attraction I had seen a few years earlier. I had watched it over and over again, and somewhere deep inside of me, I believed that things could be different. I believed I could change my life and finally find the happiness I'd searched so desperately for. I started following every law of attraction and manifestation expert I could find and put into practice everything they taught. My waking moments were spent focusing on changing my thoughts, thinking positive, and visualizing what I wanted. It was a lot of work, and although my life was slowly improving, I felt stuck. I was anxious about the future. I felt like I was missing something. And so I asked the question that changed everything. It was a simple question, not much more than an idle wondering really, but it had the power of creation behind it. That question was, what do I need to know that I don't know yet? The answers didn't come rushing to me out of the blue like a thunderbolt. In fact, I quite forgot I'd even asked the question in the busyness of everyday life. But soon, the right situations and people started showing up in my life. Each one helped me on my journey. Each one made my life a little better and taught me something I needed to know. Each one created sparks that lit up my brain like a Christmas tree as connection after connection began to shape the answers to my simple but powerful question. Hope and excitement started to build, but I needed to put what I'd learned into practice to see if I was on the right track. I needed proof that what I discovered was truly the key to the mysteries of manifestation that would open the door to the life I'd always believed could be mine. Have you ever had one of those moments of complete clarity when it feels like someone